Hey, it's Tim Elliott here, the Spill Team UK guy situated in the middle of the UK. I just wanted to record this quick video in case technology lets us down and I can't be there in person via the magic of Zoom. So here comes the talk. I hope you enjoy it. I, Shannon and Joshua, who are there with you, had a team Zoom meeting just the other day where I was asked a question about the role of empathy, how it shows up and what does it mean. And that's why I'm here with you now, all the way from the centre of England through the magic of Zoom to help you understand and define empathy. Empathy is a word I'm sure you've heard and maybe even know the dictionary definition of. But I want to share more about what it means in the world of work, what it means strategically and why it's meaningful. Then my fellow members of the Spill team will take you onwards from there. So let's start with the official looking business definition. Empathy is the ability to detect and understand other people's feelings. Not to be confused with sympathy, which is more about one's ability to have or show concern for the well-being of another person. To sympathise does not necessarily require one to understand another's experience in a deep and meaningful way. Understand is a key word. Keep that in your mind at this point. But we can go deeper than that, right? We can go deeper, we can be better at understanding empathy than that. So there are three types of empathy. There's effective empathy, which involves the ability to understand another's emotions and respond appropriately, often known as treating people as they treat you. This can be classed as doing right or wrong. There's somatic empathy, which involves having a physical reaction in response to what someone else is experiencing. It's another way to show empathy, e.g. we all wince a little when somebody trips or falls, or we cry at a movie or a wedding, and so on and so on. And then there's cognitive empathy. This is the big one. This is true perspective taking. Truly understanding what it was like for them and applying that learning for the greater good. I'm going to repeat that bit of definition. Cognitive empathy, this is true perspective taking. Truly understanding what it was like for them and applying that learning for the greater good. So, we can say empathy is when you intentionally choose to see the world through someone else's eyes as being part of strategically effective, right? Your effective strategy work needs empathy at the centre of it. But I think we can go even deeper. I think we can do even more than that. This is the answer I gave to the team in the call I spoke about a few minutes ago. I believe empathy is being willing to take input, being willing to receive knowledge and information, and being okay with not knowing, not jumping to conclusions, and not judging that information right or wrong, and believing the truth will show itself because you will run it through your human-centered belief system, which has strategic empathy at its heart. So by now, we understand that empathy is not what we use to just see their perspective, but to understand both the spoken and unspoken truths within that perspective. It's worth defining one more thing, and that's their are two types of truth. Two types of truth that we look to seek using empathy. First one is objective truth, also known as facts or scientific fact. Right? These are true and provable, but people can choose to believe them or not. Think of the Flat Earth Society. It's scientific fact that the Earth is round, but still they believe it's flat. You can see modern day examples with climate change in this situation as well. And the second truth is subjective truth. This is still true, but true because it's our lived experience or behaviour. It's true for us. It's true in our world. Both these truths are super useful to understand in empathy. Right, now we've done that extra little bit of definition about truth, let's get back to the word of the day, empathy. So part of working with strategic empathy and human-centered design is having the ability to hold these two truths in your mind, even though they may exist in contrast, and believing that this human-centered way of thinking and doing, which you will use in your workshop with my colleagues today, will give you the understanding you need to move forward strategically and intentionally. Which leads us nicely to the purpose and value of having strategic empathy in your toolbox as leaders. And that is to seek understanding of the truth at the heart of the subject or challenge of focus, whatever that may be for you. Empathy will help you make better decisions and better choices for the future good of your organisation. And those decisions will be based on truth. Empathy helps you design solutions to challenges that truly meet the human need at the centre, even though that need may not have been spoken or communicated by the people who are experiencing the challenge. So to summarise in one sentence and let you get back to your workshop, I believe empathy is fundamental to attaining a true understanding, and we know that understanding is the foundation stone of strategic effectiveness, which as organisations we all want to be strategically effective. I'll leave this here for now. I think you've heard enough from me, so I'd like to open up for a couple of minutes for questions before I have to shoot off. But thank you for listening.